What up, dude? What up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, everybody? What up, dude? It's the first week of training camp in the books. We don't feel like it because it's been very uneventful because there's no fans, there's no extra clips. I'm here at the crib. So you know it don't really feel like a usual training camp because I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Usually I'm there, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm usually out at practice, but not anymore. It's shut down for 2 years. We talked about it. My displeasure and your displeasure for it. But we got to roll with the punches because stuff still happens. We just don't know about it. There could be plenty of other stuff happening. Oh, my bad. The music's still on. There could be plenty of other stuff happening. Yeah, we good. I appreciate it. There could be plenty of other stuff happening. My bad. We good. I got my new podcast soundboard, so things work a little different. I ain't got my production ear things on, man. My bad. We good now? Give me a thumbs up if we good. Give me a thumbs up if we good. Give me a thumbs up if we good. Let me know. I won't go anymore until I get the thumbs up from you guys. I will not proceed until I get a thumbs up from somebody. Let me know if I'm good. Let me know if I'm good, people. All right. Cool. All right. My bad. Again, let me start from the tizop. One, what up, though? What up, though? What's up, everybody, man? The first week of training camp is officially in the books. Like I said, it feels a little uneventful because, one, I'm here. So it feels very different. This has been probably, 4 years straight I've been going up to training camp, right? And, I'm not there. I'm not getting no clips out. I'm not getting that same content I was doing on a daily basis. Y'all know me. I was doing them daily recaps. It just feels different, yo. It feels different. Two, no fans are there, right? No fans are there. So we're only getting what the beat is allowed to put out. We're only getting what the team is deciding to put out, which ain't a lot. I'm not going to lie, bro. They're doing everything in their power to try to really nip the momentum in the bud. It's unfortunate, man. It feels like we've had a lot of momentum this offseason, excitement from the fans. It's been buzzing, but it's almost like, bro, they're almost neutering it by not allowing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if they're completely controlling the narrative. They're doing all this new age content. They're just pumping stuff out on a daily basis. We're getting all kind of clips and stuff, but we're not getting anything. We're starving, yo. As a fan, we starving. Usually we eating good, but it feels like it feels like we're starving out here, yo. We're starving for clips, for content. We want to know how our rookies look. We haven't seen much from our rookies at all. They barely posted T-Mac. T-Mac was a top 10 pick. We've seen him doing individual drills and stuff, the little one-hand catching the drill. We haven't seen any plays in team really like that. There was a small little smidgen of it from their highlights that they released on the channel. Princely had 2 sacks in the first day. We haven't seen that. Nick Gordon apparently is doing well. We haven't seen that. We starving out here, man. We're starving out here. And so we're just really not going to have an idea of what's going to go on until preseason, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we're not going to really get a full take because even with double joint practices this year, maybe the Browns, maybe their beat writers and their media will start putting out contents because they're a lot more loose up there in Cleveland. They put out full team reps. I saw a whole drive by Dylan Gabriel today. I saw individual drills by Shador. They put out everything in Cleveland. So hopefully Cleveland, the beat writers, the Panthers media don't force them to follow the rules and they'll start doing their thing here. We'll see. We'll see how that goes during the joint practice. But right now, we're starving, bro. We're starving. We're starving, man. I'm very, very anxious and curious about what's going on. But The show must go on, and we must discuss and talk about what has done, because the first week is in the books. The first week is in the books, man, and we're 1 week closer to that first preseason game. If we just want football in general, we're close to that as well, but we're one step closer. One step closer. Full pads go on Monday. Today was an actual legit practice. I think they have a walkthrough or maybe a day off tomorrow, and then there'll be full pads Monday. And so that's when things are really crank up. But there's still been things that have happened this week that we must discuss. I got the 5 biggest surprises in this video from that first week. You know what I'm saying? 5 biggest surprises from that first week of camp in this video today. We're going to talk about those 5 things and a couple other like little small nuggets and notes at the end. First things first, make sure you guys please give this video a thumbs up. There's 72 people watching. I appreciate you guys watching on this good Saturday. It's hot outside. I don't know if you're inside, outside, you on the golf course listening, you in the you watching the kids, you on the front porch. I don't know what you're doing, but I appreciate you spending the time with me. Give this video a thumbs up, por favor. 2, share it out with somebody, man. You know, Panthers fan, share it out with them. If you think they're interested, go ahead, share it out. Word of mouth and referral is the biggest way for me to grow. 3, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I welcome you and invite you to subscribing. I'm going to be doing this content like this throughout training camp. So I'll try to do my best with that. And of course, I'll be doing my typical film breakdown and stuff as we go as well, just to help give y'all some content to fill the time as well. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What up, though? My guy Knucklehead K with the super chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Said, what up, though? Long time no rap. Hoping all is well. Just wanted to say a 10-6. I didn't mean 10-7 or 11-6. Either way, it's on the horizon. Hit that thumbs up and that bell icon for my dog. Everybody keep pounding. Stay positive. He said, I'm driving. So, but y'all got the gist. We did get the gist, bro. We appreciate you, though. Appreciate you, though. Nicole S., what up, though? Ben Watts, what up, though? Justin, what up, though? Y'all got me right. Appreciate y'all getting me right on the audio. Appreciate y'all getting me right on the audio. Stream Bean Poppy, what up, though? West R, what up, though? Eric Blair, what up, though? Garen Cheney in the building, what up, though? Shane H1, what up, though? Rock, what's good? My guy Nas in the building, what's up, Nas? What up, though? Jarrell, what up? J47, what up? I saw Hunter in the chat, too. What's good, brother? All right, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling down in the chat. My guy Doug in the building, too. What's good, brother? What up, though? Y'all let me know how y'all feeling. I got the 5 biggest surprises from the first week of training camp. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about these as we go. See if you're surprised as well. I'm drinking water. I'm not drinking. I'll drink some wine later, but I ain't drinking no alcohol currently. Austin Wright, what up? Silverback, what up, though? All right. Let's get into it. So, the first surprise for me is the defense starting off strong. And why is it surprising? A lot of people may not be surprised. A lot of people may not be surprised because it's training camp. Typically, defenses start off faster. You know, defense is more of a read and react type of thing. Yes, you have to communicate and be on the same page, but it's not really a thing where you need timing and rhythm and all that stuff like you do with offense. Offense, you know what I'm saying? You got to get that on. People got to be on the same page. You got to know the proper depth of the routes. You got to get that timing and rhythm. You got to be on one accord. You got to be up here. You got to be like this. So it takes a little bit of time typically in camps. But for me, from where we were last year as a defense, I'm surprised. 2 interceptions on the first 2 days of camp. 2 interceptions on the first 2 days of camp. Very surprising to me. Very surprising to me. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Let me adjust this real quick. This is kind of off. is bothering me. I'm sorry. These margins were bothering me. They was bothering me, y'all. Y'all get to witness my creative process on the go. I'm going to get back right. Screen share. Let's lock that up. My camera. Let's unlock that. Let's make me a little bigger. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. All right. All right, let's do it. All right. But again, let me start from the top. I'm surprised, bro. I'm surprised. Are you surprised? I'm not. I'm surprised because the spot where we started last year, the ground that we started, a new foundation, us having to bring in a bunch of new weapons and new pieces, I'm shocked. I don't know what I was expecting, but a guy like Damani Richardson stepping up, I'm a Damani guy, but a guy like him stepping up early on, I can live with that. A lot of people had question marks thinking we should have signed a safety off the jump before camp. They saw Julian Blackman go to the Saints. He's an op now. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted him on the team, but he's an op now. He's an op. So we move on from there. A guy like Justin Simmons is still out there. Right? He's a little older. He talking about wanting to go to a contender. It's probably a game of chicken right now because he's not the guy he used to be, but he definitely has that rapport with our coaching staff. So he's out there potentially. But the Panthers want to give every opportunity to the young guys. I'm talking Lathan Ransom. I'm talking Damani Richardson. Give them a chance to show what they can do before we bring in a vet, because a vet, they're going to expect to play. They're going to expect to play. So before you hinder the opportunities of the young guys, let's see what they got first. And in the first week, Damani stepped up, made a play. Haven't really heard anything from Ransom. Obviously, if you don't make interceptions, we're not going to hear about you tagging off or making tackles. We don't know. And without me being there to see, I can't give a full opinion on what he's done. But I just haven't heard anything, right? So unless you make a splash play, I just don't know. I just don't know. I haven't heard anything about anybody getting beat over the top, across the middle, down over the top. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Nobody's really putting anybody out in coverage. We haven't got a lot of tape or clips, so it's hard for me to judge, right? But to see Damani making plays, being the ball hawk that he is, picking up where he left off last training camp, I'm not surprised by that. But I am surprised by the defense overall making plays. Because then you have your guy, your free agent signee, Pat Jones. Pat Jones doing the zone blitz, making an interception. Bryce didn't even see him. He making an interception, dropping into coverage. Now, some people may be concerned about Bryce Young throwing 2 picks on the first 2 days. I'm not. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I do not care how many interceptions are thrown in this training camp. We need the defense to get right. We'll figure that offense out later. It's going to come along. We have too much talent, in my opinion, for our offense not to figure it out. But this defense, there's a lot of question marks going into this season. We're wondering how this stuff is going to fit together. We're wondering if Ajiro Rivera actually is that guy. We're wondering if we have enough talent. We had our starting middle linebacker step away from the game. So we want to see the defense making these plays. I love that they got the upper hand. From what we understand, the first 2 days, they won. It was a walkthrough yesterday, so that don't count. But today, the offense clapped back and won. But for the defense to win the first 2 days, I'm cool with that. I have no issue whatsoever. You got Pat Jones dropping into coverage, making his interceptions. Get in your bag then, Ajiro. Get in your bag then. If that's the case, that's the type of blitzes and stuff we're doing. Everybody thought Pat Jones was a run stopper. If you watch my video of the D-line, I showed you that he can get after the quarterback. So check the tape. That's why I try to put the tape on for everybody so we know, get the full perspective. He's more than just a run stopper. He can get after the quarterback too, but apparently he can drop back into coverage. Surprise, surprise. That's a surprise for me. But I'm happy to hear that the defense is doing what they're supposed to do. Like I said, even if it's normal for defenses to hit the ground running, I'm happy that it's actually the case. Normal is good for our defense because last year that defense was abnormal. It was abnormal. So I'm cool. I'm cool with it. More. Give me more. More turnovers. Force more of them. And it sounds like they got their mind right. It sounds like they're trying to figure things out. Everybody's in like talking. They want to flush the past year. You know what I'm saying? They're saying it's a new year, new us. They going real New Year's resolution type mentality, bro. New year, new me. They doing it all, bro. And that's what we want to see. Take it personal and turn the page. And let's get this thing rocking. Right? But y'all let me know. Y'all surprised? Nick Rosa, what up, though? B. Amos said, we don't need no safety. Helen Keller's dog, what's good? Please, guys, give this video a thumbs up if you have not. We have a good amount of people starting to trickle in, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy on this Saturday. Next up. The biggest surprise for me is this Icky Ekwonu contract situation. It's still a situation. Why am I surprised? Because it's still a conversation. Something could be done before the year. I thought, to me, since they went ahead and did the 5th-year option, they were just punting until the following year. But according to Icky Ekwonu, of course, he's letting his agent handle that. But he's made it known. Icky wants to be around. He said, a lot of guys say that when they play for a team, it's home. But nah, this is home for me. I'm born in the shadows of the stadium. I went to school here. I went to NC State. Obviously, that's not in Charlotte. But then he got drafted by the Panthers. He's like, this is home. I want to be here long term. And we all know Icky Ekwonu's struggles are well documented. The ups and downs, the solid rookie year, the not so solid sophomore campaign, and this past year was a bounce back year. We have a lot of money invested between our guards. And in terms of cap hit, we have the largest cap hit in the NFL. And so where does Icky fit into this equation money-wise? Because I'm just trying to figure out where the tackle market is. Because Zach Tom, who plays tackle for the Packers, if you're familiar with your O-lineman in the league, he signed a recent deal with an average annual value of $22 million. $22 million. And that made him a top 10 paid tackle. According to the streets, that was an underpayment. And if you subscribe to Pro Football Focus, his rating is in the 80s. Icky Ekwonu's rating is not in the 80s. There's a gap in that level of play. But according to Joe Person, he said the starting point would be top 10, top 7 money. That's surprising to me. I don't know what they are bargaining wise, but obviously it seems like they're committed to Icky, which is fine to me. He's been serviceable. But am I trying to pay him top 10 tackle money? No. Because his 5th-year option that he signed under that he'll be playing under next year is worth $17 million. Now, do you just try to buy low on Icky because you want to get him here for a while, get a contract extension done? You parlay some of that 5th-year option because the 5th-year option, remember, is 100% guaranteed. $17 million is going to be a cap hit. It's the guaranteed money. Is what he's getting. You can create some cap space by turning that money into a bonus, accelerating it to this year, and spreading it out over the extension. Do you extend them 3 years, 4 years? But I just don't see, it's hard for me to see giving Icky Ekwonu top 10 tackle money. I'm sorry. And I understand that the market is going to go up when Slater is up, when Penei Sewell gets a bag. You know what I'm saying? But top 10 money is tough for me, man. If he wants that, I wouldn't sign it now. I would have to punt until next offseason. Put another solid year, and actually even a better year on film this year, and then we can talk top 10 money. I don't think 17 average annual value is too much. But I don't think Icky is going for that. If you can get him at $18, $19 million per year, average annual, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. That seems respectable on both sides, especially to be wanting a contract extension early. You want a contract extension going into your 4th year? If I can get the benefit of being able to buy low, what's the incentive for the Panthers to do it now? Just because Icky is talking about it, his agent has talked about it? Because we've been hearing conversations about Icky having his eye in mind on money for about a year or two. I think I saw an article maybe about, what is it? Probably a year before last season. He didn't really say like, I want the money. It was more like he wanted to make sure he got right because he knew the 3rd year, was the kind of the, you know what I'm saying, the money making year. You know? And so he's been thinking about the potential and the looming contract decision for a while now. But I'm surprised to hear Joe Person talking about top 10 money. Sheesh. But I make him earn it. Because, yeah. Come on, Icky. I got to see consistency, bro. You're the best. According to PFF, you're the highest rated run blocker on the team. We understand what you bring to the table there. One of the best in the league. Top 10 at your position. Well, top 11, at your position in terms of run blocking. But the pass blocking lacks consistency. You were much better last year in terms of recognizing blitzes, passing stuff off, working with Damian Lewis to handle pressures and blitzes. And I'll even make a film breakdown on how Icky improved there. But there's still some technique issues with his hands and his feet that he needs to get down in terms of being challenged on his outside shoulder by speed rushers. Right? And I'm not trying to diminish Icky. I understand that they want to have him as a part of it. I want to understand he's improved. As part of this rebuild, we've hit some of the high importance positions. We've already hit tackle with him. We hit D tackle with Derek. We hit corner with JC. We hit quarterback with Bryce. And then we hit wide receiver. So we've hit a lot of the premium positions. If we want this thing to turn to what we want it to, we can't be restarting the clock and get a new offensive tackle. It behooves all of us. It behooves me. It behooves you. It behooves the Panthers. And it behooves Icky for him to work out for us. That way we don't have to spend premium draft capital on a premium position. We can continue to go best player available like we did this year. We can make smart decisions and be able to double up on day 2 with edge rushers because we didn't panic in the first round. So it's it's in the best interest of everybody involved that Icky Ekwonu works out. So I want it to work out. I want them to get a deal done. I want him to be that guy. I'm not trying to replace him. And there's even been people talking about moving him to right tackle. If he's not going to work out at left tackle, he's not going to work out at right. You have to kick him inside. I know you got Damian Lewis and Robert. But if he ain't going to work out at tackle, you're going to kick him inside, period. So I think it's all for nothing for me in terms of Icky at left tackle. That's what it is for me. But the Panthers, it's tough. And somebody said it. You're getting beat. I mean, there's no pads on, so you can only judge them by so much. But apparently you're getting beat for sacks by Princely Umamielen, who is strong at some of your weak points, going against speed rushers. That's been Icky's struggles at times in his career, and that's what Princely is good at, right? And so it's going to be an iron sharper iron situation, and of course, with no pads on, it's going to be easy for guys to run around you. But I'm challenging Icky to earn that money. If he wants top 10 money, let's wait on it. Make him earn it, and we'll see what happens after the year. If you can buy low, go ahead and do it. But we'll see if anything materializes before the year is over with. Said Princely's first step is lethal. Did the stream stop? I don't think so. I feel good on my side. I don't think the stream stopped. I don't think so. Said drink the Kool-Aid. I want Icky to show me. So if Icky can keep Micah Parsons out of the backfield, then I say give him the money. And we're going to find out because Myles Garrett coming to town for these joint practices. And then Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter for the Houston joint practices. So we're going to get a great look at Icky. He can make himself some money during training camp, right? Icky can make himself some money during the preseason and training camp. Let's use this as a trial period. Let's look at him trying to go against speed rushers in practice, how he does in practice and training camp. Let's see how he does in preseason. Let's see how he does in joint practice versus Myles Garrett. Let's see how he does against a vaunted Texans front. Like I said, Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, perennial sack guys. You're going to get opportunity to go against some heavy hitters to prove yourself. So I would at least wait to see how things shake out during this process. But if he wants that top set 10 money, he's going to have to prove it through that process. And I would probably just punt to the end of the season and see how things work out. I don't know how anybody else feels about Icky Ekwonu's contract situation, but I think that's pretty fair. Personally. So somebody had to say it. I'm going to say it. Said Iggy got to want him more. I think he wants it. He got to put it together. Says a business running emotionally don't work out. That's true. Said if Icky think he ready, he should bet on himself. That ain't a bad point. That's not a bad point. Because he's only going into year 4, believe it or not. So like this is rather early getting a deal done, but a lot of times, you can buy low before, like, you know what I'm saying? If you pay him early, you can buy low. If you think he's the one and you think he's going to be here long term anyway, if you can buy low and they get more money now versus having to wait till later when prices of everything go up, because you know prices and this inflation and stuff don't go down no more. You know what I'm saying? So if the team wants to pay him now and can buy low, and Icky's like, hey, I'll take my bonus in the cash now and get off this rookie contract and get a bigger bag than I am on now. It may not be as much as I could get, but I get that bag now versus this rookie deal. That's the incentive of paying early. It may seem crazy, but it works out for both sides. Icky gets money now. Icky gets money now instead of getting off that rookie deal. Like I said, you get that 5th-year option. You can flip that into a bonus instead of having to wait till next year to get it. he can get it all now and get that $17 million in his pocket. Buy your family a crib, do all the other good stuff. The Panthers, if they want to do something and buy low, if they think he could outperform and be worth top 10 money, it may be smart for them to go ahead and pay him now, buy low, and then you got him for the next 3 or 4 years, and it is what it is. So that's the part of negotiation. We got Marty Bird. We got Marty Bird in the front office. Brent Tillis, you know what I'm saying? Writing up these contracts, playing with the money and the salary cap. I trust him. And I trust Dan Morgan. Until I don't. They haven't given me any reason not to trust them going forward. So let's do it that. All right, my next surprise is the Hunter Renfrow takeover, bro. The Hunter Renfrow takeover, dog. It's real, y'all. It's real. And I don't know how surprised anybody should be. I don't know how surprised. The only thing, and I told you guys before, I said it once and I'll say it again. The only hiccup for Hunter Renfrow was if he could get back into game shape. If he could get back to game shape, we know what he brings to the table. Instantly, the best route runner on the team. This guy just moves different. It's very quirky. He moves a little funky. And so like, how do you even stop what he's doing? We finally got a taste because the Panthers didn't had a lot of these players in witness protection. We finally got a clip today of Hunter Renfrow running a route against Trevor Moehrig. Against off coverage, he made him look crazy. And all you got to do is shake his hand. Only thing you can do in that scenario is shake the brother's hand. Because that's that Hunter Renfrow route. That pivot route. Gave him that arm over, swiped his hand, gave him that arm over, act like he was going on a slot fade, and then pop that thing out and pivot it outside. Man, listen. Hunter Renfrow is making these guys uncomfortable. Xavier Legette even said it. An article came out today talking about Xavier Legette, talking about the work ethic was never really a problem for him, but he even admitted. He was like, man, I'm on this jugs machine on the regular with Chuba and Tommy Tremble. Because between T-Mac, Jimmy, Jalen, Thielen, that room is crowded. And I don't think Legette is in trouble, obviously, of making the roster, but in terms of targets, in terms of playing time, Hunter Renfrow is making it very uncomfortable for guys. He's making it to the point where he has to make the team. Like, even if he doesn't play special teams, it's getting to the point that you cannot let Hunter Renfrow leave the building. Former Pro Bowler, he may not even be that anymore, but he's definitely not too far off. The way he looked today, that route was nasty. Third and Renfrow is real, bro. We've seen him making fingertip catches. He's looking everything in. He's creating separation. Bryce was bragging on him, giving those indicator steps, the releases, the precision route running, making catches when he needs to. Dependability. A guy like Bryce that throws in anticipation, if you can have a great route runner that you know where they're going to be on the field because they consistently run great routes, they give you keys and triggers and stuff to know when to throw it to him, that goes hand in hand. That's why him and Thielen mesh so well. But even Hunter Renfrow is a better route runner than Adam Thielen. A little bit more juice for sure right now at this point. You know what I'm saying? Xavier Legette mentioned that it's getting uncomfortable in that room. And Hunter Renfrow has a lot of responsibility for that. The dude making plays, bro. The dude making plays. Say, yeah, Moehrig was on skates, bro. Look, man, it's not fair in one-on-ones. And it's like I said, I said it before, it doesn't matter of him getting into shape, and he seems to be there. He seems to be there. Like, the league really let us get Hunter Renfrow for free. He's making $1.3 million. I checked on Spot Track. He's getting $50,000 guaranteed. He's making $1.3 million. He took over practice today. The only person I really heard about them tweeting out receiver-wise, making plays, is Hunter Renfrow today. Dalton giving him shots deep. We saw the video clip. A couple more shots down the sideline. Bro, Hunter Renfrow. Bro, you would have thought that he was wide receiver 1 the way that the live tweets were coming out from the beat writers. That's the vibes you would have got. And we getting this dude for $1.3 million. Like, why didn't it? Why? I don't understand, bro. I understand he had the ulcerative colitis issue, but like, it seemed like he was just trying to get back in the league. I'm not understanding why nobody else gave him an opportunity. He had a construction company he was working on. Like, he's making one. Why didn't anybody? If he didn't get back to game shape, you let Hunter Renfrow go. I just don't understand how the league let us get this guy for free. Bro, come on, man. Come on. If you're not a believer, I think today's practice, even though it's not full pads, even though it's only day 3, day 4, I think a lot of people are like, okay, bro, the way that route looked like the Renfrow we know. And that was really the only question. Like, hey, can he get back to the same old Renfrow? And I think today answered that question for a lot of people. He's back, guys. He's back. He's a hometown dude. His family's at practice. Like, man. Man. Yeah, he wants to be here. He said, yeah, he can make $1.3 million with that construction company. Exactly, bro. Like, we getting him for a steal right now, bro. Said Twitter told you he was trash. Look, man. The streets was lying. Said David Moore. You got the dove and the flowers for David Moore. Look, man, we've kept 7 receivers the past few years, so we may end up keeping him and David Moore. But I'm telling you, bro, there's some people loosening their collar, sweating. We got some lumps in some throats. It's getting a little uncomfortable in that wide receiver room in Carolina. Hunter Renfrow is shaking trees, brother. He's shaking trees. He said that pivot route won Clemson and Natty. Right. Saying, I watched Renfrow in my high school for 4 years. His route running is powerful. Man. Yeah. He says, is he better than Horn? I mean, and apparently Jimmy had a great day today too. Jimmy had a great day too. Said something about his acceleration and change of pace. Yeah, it's weird because like he changes the tempo. He'll come off the line of scrimmage and then he sped up like he was about to run him for a go route. And then he just broke that thing down and pivoted off and like Morik was going out the screen, bro. And I know it was vertical. I know it was a vertical like video, but like he completely made Morik disappear. And Morik is a safety. And he has experience guarding him from their Raider days. But like Hunter's going to do that to most safeties that cover him one-on-one. Morik just happened to be the victim that lined up this time. T-Mac has been impressive in some drills that they've had. Answer a few comments real quick. Apparently, T-Mac, he got clamped by Mike Jackson today in one-on-ones. Obviously, we can't see him, but he got clamped by Mike Jackson today. Cool with me because Mike Jackson was getting his lunch money taken in the spring in OTAs. So glad to see Mike Jackson actually stand up for himself and clap back today in one-on-ones. But T-Mac has looked smooth in the routes. Obviously, the hands are the hands. I would love to hear more about it. We're just not getting a lot of content from the team. We're not getting a lot of content from the team, so we're not really seeing anything, bro. Again, we're starving. We're starving. Right? Are there any clips with Renfrow matched up with JC? Nah. Once again, when it comes to HR 13, we went to buy low. Shout out to buy low. RIP to buy low. First of all, RIP to buy low. The real ones remember buy low. The cow mascot. Did I watch film on Melo Dotson? I'm familiar with a little bit of his game. He just is like not good against the run, but he's got the body size, the length. He had a ton of picks. He's good in off coverage. He'll be solid. I like him as a depth piece because I actually familiar with his name. A lot of the guys we have, Bartholomew and all of them, I've never heard of these guys since last year. Right? I haven't heard these guys before. It was last year. Like before that, I'm like, who are these guys? These were Jags. But at least Melo Dotson, I've heard of him, even if he's an undrafted free agent. I've heard of him. I've seen his game, seen his tape. Say if we play well, say goodbye to fans at training camp. I doubt it. They got to get us back out there. And they're spending all this money on the practice facility and all that stuff. The renderings that I've seen, it looks like it's going to be crazy. We just got to wait 2 years. It's nuts. Like, I don't understand why next year we can't just punt to Wofford for 1 year. I know they get comfortable. They like being close and being able to go home every night and stuff like this. But like, man, come on, the fans, bro. We everything. We're everything for them. We starving for success. We're excited for the first time in a while. We haven't had a winning season in 7 years, but it feels like this year could be the one, and people actually believe it. Like, golly, they're doing us a disservice. And they do even more disservice by not giving us enough content. We're starving. Starving for content. Yeah, I'm worried about the linebacker room too. I'm worried about the depth more than anything, but I'm worried about the linebacker room as well. But we're not going to really find out much about them until the pads come on, which is Monday. Monday. And again, look, they're not afraid to make changes. They're not afraid to make changes. So if something comes up, I'm not afraid. I'm not worried about them making a move. But again, I think they're down for giving guys a chance to fail. That's what I think. All right, my next surprise. The rookie edge rusher's impact. Brother, you see that man? You see this man right here? Ooh, right here? You see this man up here? Princely, the prince that was promised. The prince and the Queen City, Princely, Umar yelling. Dog. The streets saying that he had Icky in a blender. And a blender had sacks. In the first two practices, even if it was just t-shirts and draws. Princely, Umar yelling, doing his thing, man. Look, I told y'all, if you follow me on Twitter, I told y'all he was one of them guys. I even dropped my edge rusher video. And where did I have him ranked? I had him ranked a lot higher than most. That first step is deadly. The speed is deadly. Princely, getting him in the third round, if he turns into the guy that I think he can, bro, we got us one. Nigerian on Nigerian crime. That's funny. But apparently, both of the rookie edge rushers are doing well. Apparently, Nick Scorton on the same play that Princely, he forced that fumble. Apparently, Scorton was in the backfield as well. Nick Scorton, the other edge rusher. It was a meeting in the backfield. It was a meeting. There's a meeting in my backfield. Bro, it was a meeting in the backfield. Both of them got there. Princely, he tried to avoid it, but he knocked the ball out of Bryce's hands. He said, yeah, you heard. That's how I got on radar for my video. Bro, yes. But that speed gonna show up in these early practices. So we talking about no? I prefaced it by saying that the pads aren't on. But again, the flashes are there. I'd rather see flashes than no flashes. Right? We rather hear nothing and be crickets and Princely not making plays. What do you want? Yeah, we can temper our expectations. But at the same time, I said it the other day, and this is just me being a big pre-draft fan of Princely. The way things are shaping out, and it may sound a little crazy, Princely could be our biggest impact rookie. With Bryce Young spreading the pill around, T-Mac, who knows what T-Mac's role is going to be? I think he's going to get a lot of targets, of course, but there's a lot of mouths to feed. Scoring, it seems like he's firmly edge number 2 behind Pat Jones. We heard that much in the blueprint. But what we heard of DJ Wonnum is a starter, but they've been bringing him along slow. DJ Wonnum has never played a full season in his career. DJ Wonnum, he had that blood clot issue after the quad surgery last year. So they're kind of tempering his reps. Princely has been in with the starters a lot, according to what I've heard from all the beat. And if Princely is going to make impact plays, it's going to be hard to keep him off the field. So he's already going to have the opportunity because the guy that he's behind is a guy that's faced some injuries. But if he plays good enough, it's going to be hard to keep him off the field. And even if he starts out as just a designated pass rusher, so be it. Because we need that juice. Even if you don't think he's an every down guy, because you're not really sure about how he plays the run, fine. But this guy's confident. He's been putting in work. He was on Twitch and he was defending Icky. He was like, everybody's trying to get on Icky on Twitter about getting beat by a 3rd round pick. He said Icky's a good offensive tackle. He said, I'm just like that. I'm a good edge rusher. Can't too many tackles block me anyway. Is it cocky? Confident? I don't know. But we haven't really had guys on this defense with this much bravado, with this much confidence in themselves, with this much hunger in a minute. It's been a minute. And so I'm not going to try to humble him. I mean, because the league will do that if he's not ready. If he's not ready, the league will humble him himself. I'm not going to be here, oh, you better step up and be that. Nah, I'm going to talk that talk then, Princely. Because if he's going to get humbled, the league will do it. I'm not going to be the one to humble him. So I'm going to feed into it. Because again, if he turns into one of them guys, we are in great shape. Great shape. Can we get 5, 6 tackles as a rookie from him? Off of just speed rushes? Maybe. Brian Burns off of just speed rushers. He gave us what, 7.5 sacks as a rookie? I mean, can we get 5? Can we get 6 from our third round edge? Like, these are the type of things that we need to be able to have. Because we haven't had draft success over the years. And this is why we're in the situation we are in. Thanks to Scott Fitter, Matt Rule, Frank Wright. We haven't had that. And y'all are saying it in the chat. Like, you want your edge rushers to be a little cocky. You want your defenders, and that's not like a little bit crazy. That may or may not be all the way there. Not saying that's Princely. But you want them guys that's like, okay. And so we're seeing both of these rookie edge rushers going out trying to do their thing. So we'll see what happens when the pads get on. Obviously, when they start playing, you can start playing the run a lot more. Linemen have a lot more to punch and grab onto, which is what happens in pass pro. So I'm excited to see what Princely can be. Again, he has an opportunity to be the biggest impact rookie that we have in this class starting out early because of just pure opportunity. There's a clear path for him to be on the field a lot because of the guy in DJ Ekwonu that he's behind. I'm ready to see him continue to step up and grow. I'm monitoring him. I'm rooting for him. And again, if he lives up to it, my 33 jersey will be in the mail. My white 33, I'm getting a white 33 jersey. Should we be worried about Icky? Not right now. Not right now. We'll wait till the pads get on. And again, like I said, Icky's going to have every opportunity to prove himself in this joint practice against Myles Garrett, against Will Anderson, and Danielle Hunter. He's going to have every opportunity to prove himself and show that he's okay. So he's going to be under the microscope. I'm not going to be worried about Icky until we see him in action. That's when I'll be worried. But real quick, let me get to the super chat real quick because I got Knucklehead K dropped another one. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Clap it up. He said, speaking of middle linebacker, have you seen Tuasivi Nomura film? If anyone competes and learns from each other, we will be okay. Trevor made progress last year, but we definitely need more reps. And he said, yeah, he made 11 and 7. I think he made 11 and 6. Yeah, I saw Tuasivi. I had to take my time saying his name. He's a hitter, bro. He can hit. What is his path to the? Because you got Bam Martin Scott, the undrafted free agent he's competing with. Obviously, you got is it Income? Oh no, Winman. You got Sherrillis. So there's a lot of like depth linebackers and special teams undrafted free agent type of guys that are in there that are going to be in that rotation. But this guy can hit. Can he find a way on special teams? Can he make plays during the game? We're going to be watching him on the tape during preseason, of course, because these are the guys that have that high motor. They play hard. They hit hard. You want to see them fly around and just hit, make plays. So it's easy guys to root for, right, to make the roster. But we'll just have to see how things shake out. I'll start probably doing a prediction after the first game. I'll probably start doing a 53-man roster projection video. But look, man, undrafted free agent, man, I think we got spoiled a little bit last year. One, because we had a guy like Jalen Coker who's like super efficient. And then even Damani Richardson is a guy that's competing for starting position now. That's rare, especially for us. But it's rare to get starting caliber, contributor level, undrafted free agent guys like that. They hit the ground running. Can we get lucky again? Maybe so. I'm not saying we won't, but I'm just saying I don't want to like think it's just like a walk in the park to find like those type of gems just because we did it with Jalen Coker. So let's try to temper my expectations. My mouth's so dry. But Knucklehead said, hit that like button. It was free. He said this super chat goes specifically to your song references. You had something today. It was on your Wednesday live. There's a meeting in my backfield. There's a meeting in my backfield, brother. Hey, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Just trying to appreciate you, bro. Reading about Pat Jones, he's gonna be there. Yeah, but bro. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I made that film breakdown on Pat on the D line, man. Pat is like that, inside out rushing. 60 sack season, bro. I need it. I need a 60 sack season. Pause. I need it. Okay. And so last but not least, the roster churn has started. The biggest surprise for me is the roster churn has started. Amari Barno was released yesterday. Amari Barno was a what class? He was the 2022 rookie class. Remember, Amari Barno ran that 4.3 at the combine as an edge rusher. At the combine, he was an edge rusher running 4.38. Wow, which is a wild time. He was pretty solid on special teams because you have a guy his size running down the field with that type of speed. So he had a place, but he tore his ACL. And then apparently he had another procedure done this offseason to hurt his knee, trying to get that knee. And so they let him go. It's a cold game. They brought in J.J. Weaver, an undrafted free agent edge rusher out of Kentucky, former teammate of Trevin Wallace. He was a 6-year college player thanks to COVID and red shirts. But Amari Barno is out of there. And the main idea is, man, they're starting to churn that roster. Again, MJ Devonshire, who had an injury designation because of a hamstring, I think it's a hamstring, he's gone. They brought in Mello Dotson, the cornerback, who was cut by the Raiders, undrafted free agent out of Kansas. Like I said, he had 12 interceptions. This is just another black eye on the Fitterer and Rule regime, bro. Another Scott Fitterer pick out of the paint. Out of the paint. It's, bro. The Panthers, bad drafting is what got us into this position. Bad drafting is what got us into this position. That 2022 class, Icky, he's here. Matt Corral, gone. Brandon Smith, gone. Amari Barno, gone. K. Mays was gone, came back, he's still here. Kalen Barnes, gone. 2. We have 2 players. 2 players. 2 players from the 2022 draft class. That was just 3 years ago. That draft class was 3 years ago. And only 2 players remain on the roster. 2 guys. Only 2 guys are seeing their rookie contract. And like I said, K. Mays was cut. He was on another team. He was on the Giants. And we brought him back. And it's working out now. But only 2 guys from the 2022 draft class are still here. That's crazy. And it's looking like we're only going to extend 1. We'll see what the future of K. Mays is. And it seems like we're going to probably get a deal done with Icky. But the kind of the indicator of you having a successful draft pick is getting on him to a second contract. Even if it's Ian Thomas, and you felt like if you felt like he was good enough that you wanted to keep him around, getting a second contract in my eyes means that you hit. Because so many guys either get cut, they don't see their full rookie deal at all, Like even a guy like Shaq Thompson, who had multiple contracts with the same team, that's success. That doesn't really happen. A lot of guys, they hit free agency, they end up finding another team. They may be good at other teams, but many times your picks don't work out. And so getting a second deal is an indicator. But my goodness, 2 draft picks from a class that was only 3 years ago is extremely nasty work. And like Brendan said, only 2 of them are on NFL rosters. That's nasty work. These are guys that aren't just bouncing around on other teams. No, these guys aren't. These guys are working 9 to 5s. They probably driving CDLs, driving Amazon trucks, working at construction companies. These guys are civilians now, bro. Shout out to Matt Corral, still playing, kicking and stuff like that, though he's not. But a lot of these other guys, where are they? These are 3 years removed from them being picked, and they're not even in the league. This is insane. So it's just going to take a lot. You have to be able to draft, bro. You have to be able to draft. And I'm hoping we figure this thing out and we're starting to get in the right direction. But Amari Barno being cut is just another reminder of how bad the past regimes are. So if hopefully we'll get this thing going. And it obviously lets you know that, hey, I mean, Dan Morgan might have been around for some of these picks, but they're not afraid to let these guys go. They're not. If they find somebody else better that can contribute, they're not afraid. They're not. And there's still some other draft classes, obviously 2023, right? Even that one's kind of nasty too. And it's only been, 2 years? That was kind of nasty too. It's in better shape. But Bryce, Mingo, DJ Johnson, Zavala, Jamie Robinson, they're all in the league still. But currently, 3 out of the 5, I mean, you've already lost 2 out of the 5. Mingo's in the Cowboys. Jamie, I think he's still at the Seahawks, right? Maybe. Obviously, Bryce, you thinking he's your guy now for sure. We'll see what the future of DJ Johnson is. And Chandler Zavala, actually, it was looking grim for Chandler Zavala as a rookie, but he seems like a pretty solid depth piece. There's more undrafted players in the league than drafted players. That's kind of the thing in terms of just like how rosters are built. But it's you have to be able to draft. And I like Dan. And I'm hoping we'll be able to hit on some picks going forward because that's going to be the best way for us to turn this thing around quick. We need draft picks and we need good value picks overachieving where they were drafted. We need a guy like Princely, who's a 3rd round pick, overachieving. Scoring, overachieving, right? We need these undrafted free agents like Jalen Coker, overachieving, being a wide receiver 3. We need a guy like Damani Richardson turning out to be solid enough to be a starter. They're cheap. Yeah, ever so often you'll get a Hunter Renfrow on a $1 billion deal and he'll overperform for free agency, but you're not going to spend money to get out of the trenches, right? That's just not the way the NFL is set up. You have to be able to draft your way out of the hole. And so we got to start hitting on these picks. We got to. But the roster churn will continue. But it was a little surprising to me for Amari Barno to get gone, but not really, because it's just more of the same of the past. All right. So him and Maury can hit. Yeah, we got some dudes that can hit in the back now. All right, real quick before we try to land it, I got a few quick points. Who will be our defensive coordinator? Our defensive coordinator, I don't know. It's going to be probably Avero. They didn't invest in him. He's in his final year's deal. I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when it happens. Said DJ Johnson, yeah, he had that one highlight. We saw him making a play in the run. A broke clock is right twice a day, right? That's what they say. A squirrel eventually gets a nut. Eventually. Yeah, Ransom can hit too. Yeah, but Jimmy Horn, they said Jimmy Horn was looking lightning quick today, almost unguardable. They said it looked unfair in one-on-ones today. He's just so fast and quick. And Dave Canales talked about how he only has one speed. He doesn't even know how to do walkthrough speeds. He compared him to Devin Tompkins. If you've been watching the channel, I talked about him being used in that gadget-like Devin Tompkins role. You know, that jet motion guy that you put in motion and run that little cheat motion like they do with Tyreek Hill, where they run him, get him, and snap the ball while he's running full speed, stretch the defense out, get him on an end around, a bubble screen, a couple wide receiver reverses. That's an easy way to get Jimmy on the field. Even if you don't think as a route runner or whatever, like he's ready to be out there and play through the physicality, even if you think there's other guys that are better suited for the slot, you can easily get a package of 15 to 20 plays for Jimmy Horn that you can get him on the field, give him 3, 4, 5 touches a game and let him work. And again, they did it with Devin Tompkins last year, so I don't think that it would be anything complicated to do it for Jimmy. There's a clear path for Jimmy Horn to get on the field very, very quickly. Next thing, Derek Brown returned. He missed the first couple of days for personal reasons. The personal reasons, he had a baby. Baby number 4, another girl. Apparently he has 3 girls and 1 boy. So congratulations to him. J.C. Horn also became a dad for the first time, a girl dad. Shout out to him. Girl dads, you know, I'm part of that fraternity as well. But apparently he had no restrictions today. Apparently he was going a lot quicker and smoother than they expected him to be in team. So that's a good sign. We'll see how they play. He hasn't decided if he wants to play with a knee brace or not yet. He's played with it in college before is what he said, but it's going to be up to him mentally if he wants to play with that knee brace. Take it from a guy that played football towards ACL. It's a mental thing because you feel no restriction. You don't think about it when you have that knee brace on. But without it, it's, if you feeling playing a little skittish or you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, put the knee brace on. That way you don't have to think about it and keep it rocking until you feel comfortable. JT Sanders talked about his off season as well. Talked about slimming down from 255 to 238. 17 pounds is a lot of weight to lose. Granted, you don't have to be heavy to play tight end in the NFL anymore. And if it makes him move quicker, he looks very, very nimble out there running routes. He looks good getting in and out of his breaks. He has a background playing receiver in high school. And so getting a little bit lighter, you're going to start seeing more of those flashes of that skill set come out from him. The hands were always good. He has very, very large hands. He's dependable there. He sounds like he's matured a lot. He put in the work this offseason. He talked about being a leader in his press conference today. I'm excited. A lot of these guys get it. That's the good thing about some of these guys they've drafted. They get it. They want to put in the work. We hear about our rookie edge rushers staying up, doing all these drills in the hotel during minicamp. Last year, JT, Jonathan Brooks, Shao Smith-Wade, they stayed up, had rookie like study sessions. They even kind of talked about doing their routine today. They were on a panel for the rookies this year, telling them about the work they have to put in. So the leadership, the work ethic, man, it feels like we got the right type of guys, man. Obviously, optimism is at an all-time high, but you feel good about the direction, and you feel a bit good about the prospects of this year. We have a lot of guys that they understand the opportunity in front of them, and they want to make something happen. Right? But in terms of the center competition, Cade Mays and Austin Corbett will alternate each day as this thing goes on. I'm not really sure how far it'll go in. I'm sure it'll probably go through preseason or roster cuts at least before we make a decision on who's the starting center. We'll see who's out with the first group, but Austin took day one reps. Obviously, again, we'll see what happens during preseason, but we talked about it. The needs at linebacker or any other position, if we want to talk about a player for player trade like we did last year, whoever loses the center competition could possibly be a valuable trade piece because we know both guys have starting experience and played pretty well. So whoever loses is a starting caliber offensive lineman. Offensive line is a very scarce resource. We have depth behind them. Brady Christensen can play center. Apparently, they've been cross-training Chandler Zavala at center. So we can move off of either Cade Mays or Austin Corbett and get a little bit of value in return if we feel like linebacker is a big need. It's going to be our most valuable trade piece. Why not? Ideally, you want O-line depth, but you got to do what you got to do if we're feeling skeptical of our linebackers. So that's just another thing to note. All right. But I'm hoping that next week we get a lot more action with full pads, a lot of more splashes. Yeah, the Lions could potentially need a center. I don't know if any issues have come out of it, but I think their center retired, so they could be on the radar in terms of a team needing a center. So we'll see how things progress. But again, yeah, that was funny. That Princely and Scorton video saying goodnight was funny. We got some characters, bro. We got some characters on this team. But all right, guys, I got to get up off here. It's been an hour and 15. Y'all make sure y'all stay up. I'll be back with y'all working on a film breakdown still. Monday is when they're back on the field with full pads, so it probably won't be a stream. It'll probably just be a video recapping, of course. And then Wednesday live stream. I'm back on. Wednesday live stream is what's Wednesday's date? Wednesday's the 30th. So I'll be live streaming on the channel Wednesday. Fan Fest is next week. I'll talk to y'all again before Fan Fest. I'm at Fan Fest. I'm trying to do something fun there in terms of just talking to y'all. I want to do some street interviews. So holla at a player. Let me know if you're going to be at Fan Fest. Let me know if you're going to be at Fan Fest. No, go ahead, Kate, on the super chat. He got one in before I left. He got one in before I got off. He said, "Hey, Dunk, one more question. Am I doing film breakdowns this year? The best at it. I'll be learning how to watch film from you." Appreciate you, by the way, homie. Yes, I will be doing film breakdowns. I'm going to start doing, since like training camp is like the basic, back to the basic stuff. I'm going to start doing like breaking down the system, right? Like what are we trying to do on defense? What did our run game look like last year? What did our red zone offense look like last year? Why was it? Because we were pretty good in the red zone, believe it or not. But like breaking down like the technique of why we do this on defense and like the 3-4 and like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think there's a little bit of nuances that people don't really understand all the way. So I want to try to break that down, get back to the basics. Of course, we can't get content like I normally do with training camp. So I have a little bit more time, obviously. So I'll try to do something like that. There. You say you at Fan Fest too? We got to meet. We got to meet. Got to meet, big dog. We'll talk again. We'll talk again before Fan Fest. I'll be streaming Wednesday, and I got videos coming before Wednesday, but I'll probably stream Wednesday like my normal weekly live streams on Wednesday. But I'll holler at y'all. I love y'all. Y'all keep y'all heads up. We're going to get some more content eventually out of these guys. Hopefully. Maybe. Prayerfully. All right. Nicole going to be there too. Got to meet. We got to meet. If you're going to be there, we got to meet. We'll talk about it a little bit more next stream. Get some details.